Hello everyone, I'm Sammy from HackerBot.net, and today we're doing a in-depth exploration of the subject of game hacking or video game hacks, okay? If you're not looking for an in-depth exploration of the subject, then you might still be interested in a public service announcement that I'm going to do at the beginning of this video concerning most of the money hacks on the internet and them being fake. But other than that, it's probably not going to be the video for you. So let's just get started with the public service announcement before we dive into the subject matter. So there are a lot of hacks out there on the internet that claim to give you unlimited money in online games that require an internet connection. These are all fake, okay? They are generators like this that will probably steal your username and login data. On top of not giving you anything, scamming you into completing what they call human verification, which is just you downloading stuff for them getting money, and you getting nothing in return. So the thing about this is not how game hacking works, okay? Never in the history of game cheating ever, yes Google, never has game hacking worked by going to a website, clicking the link for the generator, and entering the username and giving the unlimited monies. Okay, that's never how it worked. There's never been an online generator for anything in any game ever. Okay, they are all fake. How Google thinks that they are legitimate and shows them to kids that are getting scammed left and right by the tens and hundreds of millions every day. That is just extremely sad. And if you want to help me fight these scammers and educate people about this scam, this fraud, this criminal activity, please give the video a like. Let me know down in the comments below whether you knew about this scam already. So that's the public service announcement. If you want to find actual cheats, just go to your local Googles and Google HackerBot. Go to HackerBot.net. Use our free cheats finder tool in order to find actual legitimate cheats. You'll find the tutorial on how to use it right below the tool. This will show you legitimate actual cheats that exist for your game, and yeah, we'll filter out all of the cheats that are not real. And of course, the cheats that are not real, they are usually more awesome than the ones that do actually exist. But you know, that the ones that actually exist, they exist, and these ones, they will never work. So you make your choice, okay? Anyways, that's HackerBot Free Finder. Just Google HackerBot. So let's get into the subject matter. Game hacks and game hacking, okay? So first we need to look at the term hack, okay? It's become something of a magical word lately. People imagine that hacking can do basically anything, right? Like the Russians can hack anything and whatever. People just associate it. It's modern day magic essentially. But what hacking is, it's a modifying something, just changing the way something works, making it better, making it different for whatever purpose that you're looking to do. It's not inherently a criminal thing or an evil thing or a thing that only Russians do or Putin or whatever. It's a very controversial term, and the way it came into being to describe video game cheating is that, you know, the let's say the industry of hackers and you know, security experts and the industry of game cheaters, they kind of overlap because a lot of the same skills are required to you know, jailbreak devices and get around anti-cheat and modify the game in order to implement cheats. So a lot of the same talents and skills are required, and that is probably how it came into being. And also, it just sounds cool, right? It's a game hack. It's not a game cheat. Cheat, that just sounds weird and sleazy. So, anyways, the legal status of game hacking. A lot of people are wondering about that. Is game hacking, if I download the cheating software, will I get into prison? Will they kill me for it? No. Generally speaking, if you're modifying stuff on your own device, okay, which is what we call the client. So of course, in a game you have your device that you're playing on, which is the game client, and then you have a server in the case of online games, okay? If you're modifying stuff on your device, on your computer, on your device that you own, that you paid for, that is in your house, nothing really can happen. So, legally speaking, the only exception to that is South Korea, and yeah, they are very serious about gaming, so they're an exception to that I'm aware of. By the way, all the sources and links you can find at the link down below in the description of this video. This is a sourced article. We have trustworthy sources. This is not just information I made up. Anyways, so yeah, that's the legality. Of course, it gets more complex if you're creating cheats and you're selling them. That is a whole different story entirely. But if you're just a person out there using cheats in order to cheat in a game, that is absolutely legitimate, as long as you are not messing with the game server and causing any damage there, okay? So, then the different methods of game hacking, there are a bunch of them, okay? Most of them do code modification, so that means they influence the way the game works on your computer. So that can be done through stuff like Cheat Engine, which is a memory editor. This will change the memory, the RAM, on your computer or on your device, whatever that may be, a mobile device, a PC, a console, in order to cheat, okay? Then there are also mods, which are modifications to the game files themselves that allow for cheating. You will find this very often in Android and iOS in the form of modded APKs or Android apps or modded iOS apps. Then injection is something a little bit more complex, but it's usually used on PC in order to inject code into a game process and change the way it works and executes on the computer. That's the way injection is the way most aimbots and wall hacks and similar things work on PC, because on PC it's just simply easier to inject the code into the process than to actually modify the process, modify the whole game, because it's like 100 gigabytes usually these days. So yeah, it's just easier that way. It's more convenient. Although the other thing would be possible too, most likely. So that's memory editing. Of course, save editing. That's one that I've come to like a lot recently for offline games, save editing. There are actual good websites out there that can modify a lot of save games, which is extremely awesome and a good alternative to using something like Cheat Engine or Game Guardian for Android or Game Jam for iOS, which also work in that respect. But save editing is a little bit more foolproof. I like it a lot. So you just modify your save game, your saved state of the game in order to cheat. So if you save your game and you have 1,000 money, you can change that into 1 billion, and then you reload the game and you have 1 billion money. It's a pretty simple process. That's also considered game hacking, of course. Trainers and cheat tables, they're basically just automated memory modification. Okay, so for example, Cheat Engine or Game Guardian. Game Guardian would be here, or that's a memory editor for mobile. So, but it's just basically a complex process using a memory editor made automatic. That is what a trainer or a cheat table is. It usually allows you to activate cheats or hacks using hotkeys and so on. It's a more simple method than implementing the cheat yourself, having it done automatically. And then automation and bots, they are also considered game hacking, although technically they're not, modifying any code or anything, but they're cheating, and people that use them, they're called hackers generally. So that's how this term just kind of morphs into anything that has to do with getting advantage or being unfair or anything in any game ever. So I guess the game hacker is basically anything, including someone that uses bots. And bots, of course, are used in online games to great effect, macros and so on. If you Google HackerBot create bot, you will find a tutorial on how to create your own bots using macro recorders. Very effective for mobile games that need you to farm a whole lot and have a static-ish interface. It's actually kind of useful. Yeah, that's basically how you can create simple bots for emulators and mobile games, and or games on PC that have static navigation. Anyways, so that is the bot thingy-majiggy. Then packet editing, that is a very complicated process, but essentially what packet editing does is, if you have an online game, right, there is your game client, as I've explained previously, and there is a game server. These two are communicating, all right? So what packet editing will do here is that it will intercept the traffic that is going between the server and the client. It will then change the traffic and send it on. So it comes in here, it's being changed, and then it's being sent back. Okay, it's being sent here, it's then being changed, and it's being sent to the server. This will increase latency. It can allow for pretty powerful cheats on platforms that are otherwise really difficult to cheat on, like closed platforms such as gaming consoles. But it's extremely rare. The knowledge that is required to actually set this stuff up, and yeah, the hardware as well, it's very expensive, and you're unlikely to ever be able to do this unless you've studied somewhere in the field and you're an actual expert. Else you might have to, pay someone else to do this kind of stuff for you. But it is a game hacking method, which is why we cover it here. And then, of course, very central, the possibilities and impossibilities when it comes to game hacking, right? This is where a lot of people have a lot of misconceptions as to what is and is not possible. And I explain this a lot in my videos, but I shall go back into it. Of course, as you can see here, again, we have the diagram with the client and the server. And it's very important just to know that you can hack anything here on your client, okay? You can hack anything on your client, on your device that you control, not a problem. However, the server, the game server, okay, in the case of online games, if your game requires an internet connection in order to run, the chances are there is a server involved. The server is a computer in the basement of the developers of the game that you do not control, okay? So this is impossible to hack, and if not impossible, then absolutely highly illegal. So, so either way, you're not going to be doing this, okay? So anything that is stored on the server, you cannot hack. And in pretty much all online games these days, and especially mobile games and so on, that includes all your currencies, your purchases, your skins, and so on. So that is just the limitations of game hacking. You can hack what's in your client and not what is on the server, okay? Which means for most online games, money hacks are not possible. However, you can still use bots in order to farm the monies for you, which is why I always mention our tutorial on how to create your own bots. Again, Google HackerBot create a bot to find that one. So yeah, it's pretty simple. Online games, not everything is possible. Offline games, everything is possible. Okay, that's basically the concept of it. And then you have specific, of course, cheats that the most popular ones. Aimbots are a very well-known one. Of course, in shooters, they are some of the most well-known and most used cheats and most powerful as well. I would argue they're not very fun because they take all the skill out of actually playing a shooter game, but you do you. And it's very hard, it's very easy to get reported using this and getting banned from the game. So I would generally not recommend towards using it. It's just not fun. It's not fun for you. It's not fun for anyone. So let's just forget about it. So ESP hacks are the ones that let you see people through walls. It stands for extrasensory perception. They're also called VAC or VAC, visual assistance cheat, or wall hack. Yeah, because obviously they let you see things through walls. They also can show you health bars and other information as well. I would argue they are a lot more fun to use than aimbots because they will actually still allow you to show some skill in aiming and such like things in order to actually win. And if there is skill involved, there is also a sense of achievement. If you just press a button to win, There's not really a sense of achievement at all. It's just, I don't like it. Maybe I liked it the first time I did it, but after that, it just gets boring and old. Anyways. By the way, personally, I don't really use cheats anymore in online games. I use them in offline games a lot, but in online games, I've grown out of it. Personally, I've grown out of it. I know how it works. I tell people how to do it safely and so on, but I don't really do it anymore myself. It's just it's not something I do these days. Yeah, back in the day I did a lot of it, but yeah, oh well. Anyways, I still have some experience to share about it. Yeah, so wall hacks, ESPs, radar hacks, those are unlimited money and currency. We've talked about that. Of course, everyone wants unlimited money and currency because, of course, you do. Of course, who wouldn't want more money? But again, only possible in offline games, generally speaking. Of course, exploits can change that, but yeah, usually they don't. Yeah, and then what else kind of popular cheats do we have? I think that is pretty much it. Okay, yeah, damage hacks, god modes. I don't really have to say much about that. Unlimited damage, unlimited health, that's always good to have. I've talked about online generators and online game hacks. Again, they are all fake. There's never been an actual legitimate hack that works online. That's just not how it works. You always, 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 always have to download a program onto your device in order to cheat in a game, okay? Whether that is a macro software that you have to download, or whether that is a memory editor, or a mod, or whatever you have to download, or an aimbot that you have to download. If there's not a download involved of a hack or a cheat or a mod or something, then it's never gonna work. It's fake, it's a scam, and Google just doesn't get the difference. It doesn't understand it. So millions and millions of kids are getting scammed every day, and it never changes. Yeah, anyways, maybe one day it will. Maybe one day they will, see the error of their ways. Anyway, and if if you know somebody at Google, if you're one of those people that has the connections, please tell them to stop helping to scam kids, because it's really, kids, they're naive. They think hacks can do anything. They think hacks can give them unlimited money on their PayPal and on their games and whatnot. They have no idea how online and offline games work. So they will just get scammed, and then they'll move on to the next scam and next scam and next scam. They'll click through all these scams. They'll give away their login information, their parents' credit card. They will download malware apps onto their rooted devices and so on. It's just extremely sad to see what's going on. Anyways, so that's just my little rant about the fake hack scams, which of course I have to deal with on a daily basis, baby, please. And yeah, that's fake game hacks for you. Yeah, anything that wants you to do a human verification, and that's the justification they use these days. Oh, you have to do a human verification. Please complete one of these offers. Back in the day, they said you had to complete a survey, but some genius came up with the idea. Oh, it's human verification, then it's okay, and it seems to work really well. And it's pretty genius how they came up with that, or whoever came up with that. I don't know who it was. But yeah, the human verification scam is a thing now, and it's gonna stay for pretty much forever, probably. So yeah, and then game server hacks. Again, I've already talked about that. It's highly illegal. Okay, you will find many cases of people going to jail for messing with game servers, and yeah, don't do it. Okay, even if you have the knowledge to do it, don't do it. Okay, just no. And by the way, if these scam generators were actually real, that's exactly what they would have to do. They would have to do something illegal, which, yeah, they're not. They're just claiming they have this in order to, scam you, defraud you. Yeah. Anyways, they're criminals. They're not nice people. I do not very much like them. If you want to help me fight the scammers that are taking advantage of little kids that are gullible, please give the video a like. Let me know down below whether you knew about the scam arenas before this video or not, and if you've ever fallen for those as well. Anyways, guys, yeah, that's basically game hacks. There is not very much more to say. It's a term that can be used to describe pretty much anything to do with game cheating, um, anything from using bots to exploits to whatever. It's basically a synonym of game cheats at this point. The word game hack, except people just think hacks are magic. So, which leads them to fall for scammers that claim they can do magical things that are impossible, because the media and other people just have painted this picture that using a hack one can do pretty much anything, including changing the results of state elections and turning off power grids and basically doing anything whatsoever one wants, just like magic. But I'm here to tell you, hacks are not magic. Game hacks are not magic. Do not believe people that offer you magical things in order to scam you. Anyways, guys, that's me. Out, and if I'll see you guys on hackerbot.net. If you want to find legitimate cheats, you will find a guide on how to use hackerbot.net in order to find legitimate cheats using our free finder tool. This will scan only legitimate websites that have been around for many years, providing clean and working cheats, mods, hacks, and other cheating methods for all kinds of games. Okay, this works for Android, iOS, PC, consoles, anything. Right? You just enter the name of your game. So, for example, PUBG Mobile, and then whatever system that you're playing on. Let's just say, for example, Android or iOS or whatever, and then the game version, the current one. If you don't know the current game version of your game, especially for mobile games, that's important. For PC or consoles, it's not as important to enter that. Go to the check game version tutorial below the tool. So I'm just going for 0.18.0, and you will be able to find cheats for that particular version of your game. I'm sad to say, at the moment, it's really the best way of finding actual cheats for your game, because, yeah, if you look at all the search engines, it's pretty much just scams and spam and fraud, and yeah, that's basically that. Anyways, guys, I hope this has helped you. I hope you have been educated about what game hacks are, and more importantly, what they are not. All right, that's me from the hackerbot.net, and I wish you guys a happy new year and have a good one.